How's it going, YouTube? Been a couple of weeks since I put anything up. Been working a whole lot. Gotta take it when it comes, right? Okay, so in keeping with my theme of doing things that are a little bit offbeat from what I see everybody else doing and covering subjects that are maybe a little bit lesser covered, I'm going to do 4 different things here that I carry around with me most places or carry around camping and just come in real handy, and just haven't seen them get a whole lot of play on anybody else's videos. So here we go, starting off with coming real handy camping, dollar store solar lights. These things are awesome. I keep about a dozen of them with me in the camping gear bag. You can get them at Wally World or the dollar store. Actually, see, this one was Wally World, this one was the dollar store. I kind of like the dollar store ones better because these guys actually have an on-off switch. I don't know if you can see that in there, if we'll focus on it, but there's an on-off switch in there so that you can actually turn it off at night, not just have to hide it, because in the dark you don't always want to announce your presence to everyone that's around. Kind of an important thing in a situation where there may be adverse agents around in the area. And another cool thing that these have is a little spike that pulls out so you can plant them in the ground. Put them wherever you need them. Use them for all sorts of various things, like I do when we're out camping. Mark the entrance to the tents, mark along paths, put like warning markers. So there's a cliff or a drop-off or something near where you are. You don't want to run across that and go over it in the middle of the night while you're up doing whatever midnight business you got to take care of. Also enough for a little bit of work light. They're not as good as a flashlight, but better than nothing if that's all you have with you. So that's the first item that I wanted to cover. Okay, next thing that I want to go over that I really haven't seen anybody give any credence to, and it kind of baffles me, but I'm glad I can bring it up because I think it's an extremely important thing. That is the matter of earplugs, hearing protection. Incredibly important in day-to-day life and also in survival situations. But for everybody, absolutely critical to protect your hearing, especially in a survival situation where there are going to be lots of loud noises that could damage your hearing. Firearms, power tools, metalworking, blacksmithing, angry wives. Just kidding, honey. Love you. And all sorts of other loud things that if you damage your hearing, then that lessens one of your early warning systems. Listening for threats coming as far away as you possibly can, that is going to be one of your greatest advantages out in the field. And the longer or farther away that you can hear them coming, the better off you're going to be and the more prepared you're going to be able to be. So you want to protect your hearing as much as possible and keep it as sensitive as possible, which means not exposing yourself to loud noises as much as you possibly can. These come in all sorts of different styles. You can get the permanent ones. These are just the one or a few times use disposable foam jobs. I keep those all over the place. There's the permanent ones. There's ones with the string between them. And then, of course, there's like, hold on a second. Then, of course, there are the various styles of shooting earmuffs, which they will also serve the same purpose. They're just a lot bigger and bulkier and can't really feasibly carry them around everywhere with you. But they work just as good, if not better. Sometimes if facing really incredibly loud noises, I will wear both at once. Another use for hearing protection, which nobody really talks about, is defense against LRAD. Long-range acoustical deterrence. They're crowd control devices that are in use by various quasi-military and police organizations for crowd control. There are these really, really incredibly loud speaker arrays on top of vehicles that, if you don't have any protection, they are debilitating. It's so loud it will blur your vision. But a simple pair of these, and that pretty much renders it nearly useless. It's that simple. So just one more thing to think about in your preparations. Okay, next, moving on. Okay, I'm a big tools guy. A lot of guys out there are gun guys, a lot of guys are food, fire, survival guys. I'm pretty much a tools guy. It's my forte. So here's a tool that I carry around pretty much everywhere with me, both for work and as one of my EDC survival preps. It's a pair of cutters made specifically for galvanized aircraft cable. These are called the Felco C7s. You can also get the C12s, which are much bigger and good enough for, I think, 3/8 inch cable. They're huge and tremendously expensive, but these are the 7s. They're specifically, I carry them for cutting 1/8 inch galvanized aircraft cable, of which I have some right here. And these are pretty much the only things that will get through this stuff. You can't cut it with regular tin snips or pliers or dikes or bolt cutters or anything like that. You specifically need a pair of these to do this. You can do it with a hacksaw, but it's really messy and it leaves an end that's all fuzzy and has things sticking out that will poke you and make you bleed. But these go through it like a whole lot of nothing. Other things that these are good for and can get through easily: razor wire, concertina wire, barbed wire, chicken wire, chain link fence, other things which may be impediments to one's survival in an adverse situation. So, highly recommend these or something very much like them. Where do you get them? I get them at a specialty store here. You can probably order them online. They're not cheap. They're about 50 bucks a pair, but for what they do, quite worth it. Okay, last but not least, I was cleaning out one of my old survival kits, emergency bags that I've had kicking around, probably the last 3 vehicles that I've had, going through a couple of wives and a couple of dogs since then too. But probably had this about 10 years, and it's a subject of much debate and demonstration on YouTube and how to make fire in adverse situations and having the ability to make fire. And I'm of the keep it as simple as humanly possible mindset. So my fire making apparatus, 10 years old, works like a charm, will light in any weather situation. Yes, I keep weatherproof matches. I keep around the super duper outdoors blast match and the flint and steel, and I have all that stuff. But that is my go-to because it's the simplest, quickest, easiest, and it works every single time. 10 years that thing's been kicking around in the trunks of my cars and God knows how many 100 degrees desert heat. Still works fine. Will work fine. Got a couple of dozen of them around. So anyway, these are my thoughts and these are my stuff for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Going, Galt. Out.